When you think about Christmas, what's the first thing that really comes to mind? For most of us, it's probably the pine smell, the carols, maybe the gifts under the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really stop and think about the anchor of the whole celebration, the thing that grounds the entire day, it's not under the tree.
No, it's on the dining room table.
Exactly.
It's true. The Christmas meal is just fundamentally different from any other meal we eat all year. Our sources show it's not just about, eating.
Right.
It's a ritual. It's about sharing time, showing love, and really cementing family traditions. It's this massive domestic effort that turns a regular dinner into this incredible memory.
And that sheer scale of effort, that's what we're diving into today. We want to go beyond the ingredients and really figure out why this one meal carries so much emotional weight.
And what that complexity tells us about the families who make it.
Okay, let's unpack this. And I think we have to start with the literal centerpiece of the holiday stage.
The main dish. I mean, the choices themselves tell you this is a big deal. We're not talking about everyday chicken here.
No, we're talking about something that takes a massive multi-hour investment.
Right.
And the two big ones, as our sources confirm, are the roasted turkey and the baked ham. Their preparation is just a masterclass in slow cooking.
The roasted turkey is the absolute classic, especially in many North American traditions. It cooks for hours, sometimes 6, even 8 hours.
Oh.
And that's how you get that perfect visual, the golden, crispy skin. The reason it endures, I think, is that it just screams dedication. It requires time, attention. The payoff is huge.
It's a statement piece.
Totally.
But then the baked ham, it offers a completely different, but just as compelling dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
It's often made with that, super sweet glaze,
Mm.
honey, brown sugar, mustard, and it caramelizes as it bakes.
It creates that rich, almost candy-like crust. It's amazing.
What's fascinating is just how different they are, even as centerpieces.
It's a real choice. You have the savory, sort of earthy flavor of the turkey, which is a perfect canvas for gravy and stuffing.
Right.
And then you have the complexity of the sweet glazed ham right next to it. So families aren't just choosing a meat, they're choosing an entire flavor
A
profile.
whole tradition, really.
Exactly. The ham often connects to these older winter feasting traditions based on preservation.
But the real significance, as you said, it comes less from the food itself and more from the staggering process of getting it to the plate.
Absolutely. The preparation is the true ritual. That's why the memories are so strong. This isn't just an afternoon thing. The planning can start days or even weeks before Christmas Day.
It takes up real estate on the calendar.
It does. It requires serious logistical planning.
And here's where it gets really interesting, because that huge amount of labor, it's almost never a solo mission, is it?
No, the sources really emphasize the shared labor. The kitchen stops being just a room and becomes like the holidays command center.
I love that, command center.
This shared effort is what creates the atmosphere. You have people chopping vegetables, maybe someone's making pie dough ahead of time. The complex dance of managing oven space.
Oh, the oven space choreography is real.
It's a collective task that just naturally leads to conversation, warmth, and yeah, maybe a little bit of playful chaos.
That atmosphere is so key. The kitchen is busy, it's warm, it smells incredible, and it's full of happy chatter. Or, high-stakes debate about whether the turkey's actually cooked through yet.
Right, and that act of preparing the meal together, elbow to elbow sometimes, that's the crucial memory-making part of it. The food literally tastes better because of that shared effort.
The effort is the gift.
That's it. That is the core of it. That's why families will choose the most time-consuming path, even when easier options exist. The effort shows love and respect for the tradition.
So, as spectacular as that centerpiece is, a Christmas meal is really an ensemble performance. It would be totally incomplete without its supporting cast.
Absolutely. The sides aren't just filler.
No, they're essential. They define the whole texture and flavor profile of the dinner, if the turkey's the headliner.
Then the side dishes are the core comfort elements. They are designed to be rich, satisfying, and to pair perfectly with whatever protein you've chosen.
Let's run through the essentials, because they really are the definition of holiday comfort food. You gotta have mashed potatoes.
Of course.
And they have to be smooth, creamy, just loaded with butter and milk to get that indulgent texture.
Then there's the stuffing, or dressing, depending on what you call it.
Right.
This is the ultimate comfort food. It's this dense, warm mix of bread, herbs, celery, onion. It's so aromatic.
And it gives you that slightly savory, slightly earthy taste that balances out the richness of the meat.
Exactly.
And we can't forget the color and freshness. You always see roasted root vegetables, maybe some green beans or Brussels sprouts.
They play a really important practical role. They break up the plate both visually and texturally. You get something firm and a little crisp against all the soft starches.
Yeah. Which brings us to, I think, the crucial condiment,
Yeah.
the unsung hero, as you put it.
Cranberry sauce. It gets overlooked a lot, but its job is enormous.
It has such a unique flavor profile, doesn't it? It's this punchy mix of sweet, but it's really anchored by that slightly sour, tart taste.
And that tartness is what cuts through all the heavy richness on the rest of the plate.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, the cranberry sauce isn't just a flavor enhancer.
No, it's a palate cleanser. It's a balancer. That acidity is a necessary counterpoint to the savory turkey or the super sweet ham. Without it, the meal could just get too heavy too fast. It's really culinary architecture.
It also highlights this great point about tradition versus efficiency, because our sources show that families face this decision every year. Do we go for the convenience of the canned version, the one with the ring marks on it?
Right, the jellied cylinder.
Or do we commit to making it from scratch with fresh cranberries,
Yeah.
carefully balancing the sugar?
Exactly. And even that tiny choice canned versus homemade, it says so much about a family's priorities. It's a very modern dilemma, time management versus upholding a tradition.
And the funny thing is, for some families, the canned version is the tradition that's been passed down.
That's a great point. It's all about what feels authentic to your own family.
So after that mountain of savory food, we finally get to the sweet finale.
For a lot of people, dessert isn't just another course, it's the celebratory capstone. It signifies that the feasting part of the ritual is officially complete.
And pies are the undisputed heavyweights here.
Yeah.
You've got apple, pumpkin, pecan, all those classic choices.
And they're almost always served warm. Warming them up just enhances all those spices and textures.
And you have to have a scoop of vanilla ice cream or some whipped cream melting over the top. It's non-negotiable.
Totally. But then you also have the lighter options, the ones that are great for sharing, and especially for the kids. The cookies.
Ah, cookies. Gingerbread, sugar cookies, chocolate chip.
All the favorites.
And the activity around the cookies is so interesting because it's like this parallel ritual that happens before the main dinner.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Decorating them with all the colorful icing and sprinkles. It becomes its own fun, low-stakes tradition, completely separate from the formality of the big meal.
And this is where the food really transitions into heritage and family lineage. This brings up an important question. What makes a holiday dessert truly special? It's often not the ingredients.
It's the story behind it.
It's the story. In so many families, the dessert recipes have been passed down for generations. A great-grandmother's secret fudge recipe or a special kind of pastry.
That's such a powerful distinction.
These recipes aren't just special because they taste good. They are physical, edible links to the past.
Wow.
Making them is fundamentally about keeping that family history alive. They're like tangible heirlooms.
You're literally tasting your history. It's a wonderful way to think about it.
And of course, you can't have a long holiday gathering without the right drinks to keep the conversation going.
Right. During the meal, it's pretty simple. For adults, maybe tea, coffee, juice. For kids, you might see sparkling cider, something that feels festive.
That celebratory effervescence, yeah.
And then, after dinner, the drinks shift. They become more about relaxation and warmth on a cold winter evening.
Hot chocolate is the perfect example. It's just pure, uncomplicated comfort, especially with those big marshmallows melting on top.
You can't beat it.
And then you have the really seasonal staple, eggnog.
Eggnog.
A creamy, spiced holiday drink.
Yeah.
Its richness is so characteristic of a celebration. It's something you're meant to savor slowly as the night winds down.
So every single element we've talked about, the hours of prep, the dozens of ingredients, the desserts, it all culminates in this one central, incredibly meaningful moment.
The moment when everyone finally sits down together at the decorated table.
Yes.
This is the climax of the whole endeavor. The food is ready, the setting is perfect, and for a moment, everyone just pauses.
It's a mandatory moment of ritualized reflection.
It is. Families might say a prayer, or they might just go around the table and share what they're grateful for.
And that shared pause, that intentional moment of gratitude before you start eating, that's the real meaning of the meal, isn't it?
It sanctifies all the effort. It recognizes the complexity of what it took to get everyone and all that food into one place at one time.
So what does this all mean? The food is the vehicle, but the connection is really the destination.
That's perfectly put. That moment of shared thanks reminds us that Christmas is, at its core, just about togetherness. It's about recognizing the blessings of family and community.
And the experience is so big that it doesn't even stop when the plates are cleared. We have to talk about the continuation of the holiday through leftovers.
Leftovers are the proof that the feast was successful, that it was generous and abundant. They really are the gift that keeps on giving.
The day after Christmas is often about creating entirely new meals from the remnants.
Right, absolutely.
The turkey or ham sandwiches stacked high, the reheated vegetables, the extra slices of pie for breakfast.
The sheer scale of the feast guarantees that continuation. And those leftovers do more than just provide meals. They stretch the emotional boundary of the holiday.
They ease you back into normal life.
They do. They make the festive period last just a little bit longer through smell and taste. It's like a comfort blanket for that post-holiday slump.
So that's really the final synthesis of this deep dive. Christmas food is so much more than just sustenance. It's this complex, multi-layered cultural project.
The time, the energy, the specific recipes, they are all tokens of love. They're a demonstration of care.
And that immense effort is precisely why these meals feel so essential, so special, and so unforgettable across generations.
We've seen how the selection of ingredients and that whole ritual of preparation just elevates simple food into these profound, lasting memories. The tradition is the preparation.
The effort is the meaning. Absolutely. We focused a lot on the what and the how of the holiday meal. But as you reflect on your own family's traditions, that moment you pause before diving in, consider this. The bonds created around that table are cemented by small, repeated acts of ritual. How do those small, edible expressions of thanks, like saving leftovers or passing down a recipe, or even deciding who has to wash the biggest pot, ensure that sense of togetherness endures until next year? That's something to mull over.
What tiny specific food ritual in your family is the true keeper of the flame?
Thank you for joining us for the deep dive.